I think I was sober enough to know that I'd drunk too much at the party at one point when I turned to Becky and said, in the French version, Unhygienics the Fishmonger's name translates to Alphabetics.
Seduce me!
We're going to have to make good content to distract from this t-shirt.
We're jumping ahead in time a bit from Gods of Egypt. That took place about 3000 BC, so a bit more modern. This series takes place in 50 BC, when the Roman Empire was thriving, had conquered most of the known world, except for one little village in France, with some rebel Gauls who were resisting the might of the army because of a magic potion very unimaginatively called the Magic Potion, which causes whoever drinks it to have superhuman strength. The series should really be called Asterix and Obelix, because Obelix accompanies Asterix on all his adventures, he's his best friend, and he doesn't need to drink the Magic Potion because he fell into a cauldron of it when he was a baby.
This sounds fun, can you tell me more?
It's effectively train spotting in France. George's marvellous heroine. Well, Asterix in the Chieftain Shield was one of two Asterix comics I owned. The other one being Asterix the Gladiator or something like that. I remember going into like Waterstones or whatever and being like, oh, Asterix, I've read that, I'll stand here for an hour and a half and read that. I haven't really read it since. I've never seen any of the films. How many have you read?
Basically all of them. Pretty much in my childhood, if I wasn't reading Asterix, I was watching an Asterix film. And if I wasn't watching an Asterix film, I was playing an Asterix video game.
I had the PS1 game. It was half 3D platforming game and half top-down strategy game, and I sucked at both parts of it because I was probably about 5 years old.
My dad used to have a load of the comics, and I saw some of the films when I was a kid. I don't remember any of it. I remember literally none of it, other than what they looked like.
Peter?
Don't ask me. Never seen it, never heard of it.
How many times a week would you say you think about the Roman Empire?
-5.
What you remove knowledge from, you burn libraries?
He deletes Wikipedia articles.
The film we are viewing today, Asterix and the Middle Kingdom, came out last year, 2023, and is the 5th live-action Asterix adaptation. The previous one was made in 2012 and was so shit that Asterix's 80-year-old creator, Alberto Uderzo, refused to give permission for another one to be made. Fortunately for crap movie lovers, Uderzo died in 2020.
Get in!
Take that, fucker.
To clarify, this is a French film, but it's been dubbed into English. Having looked at the cast list of the dubbers, they're all so obscure they're not worth mentioning. I think the most known member of the cast, his best known work is for playing Death Eater number 5 in one of the Harry Potter films.
It's pretty good.
So instead I'll tell you of a few voice actors who have voiced Asterix. Craig Charles, yeah.
From Robot?
Liverpudlian Craig Charles, yeah.
You're in for a big surprise, and it's not a teddy bear's picnic.
Bill Oddie.
What is going on in the forest?
Jack Whitehall.
Oh,
Jack Whitehall?
Really?
Yeah.
How long ago was that?
In 2014.
We'll be back, and if you're not gone, we'll turn that building into dust.
And Henry Winkler.
Careful, Mr. Fortune Teller. The predictions of my friend Obelix are usually correct.
Best known for playing John Raffio's father in Parks and Rec.
Oh, okay.
As for the actual cast we'll see in front of our eyes, naturally, mostly French actors we won't know, except for the actors playing Julius Caesar and Cleopatra, played by Vincent Cassel, best known, of course, for playing Gina Carbonara's fiancée in Guest House Paradiso.
Oh, wow.
And the actress playing Cleopatra, Marion Cotillard.
She was in The Dark Knight Rises, she's in Inception. She won an Oscar for playing Edith Piaf in La Vie en Rose.
There's also a Swedish football player.
Zlatan Ibrahimović. I actually know who this guy is, more because he's a bit of a meme. He goes, Zlatan thinks this, and you go, shut up.
Astérix est là.
I'm excited for him to handle going to Asia in a completely fine and not at all slightly racist way.
Konnichiwa.
Oh, your name is Winky. Watermelon. Watermelon.
Yes, Lord.
There's someone at work that I know who speaks French, and she's called Lucy.
Oh.
Thanks for sharing.
I like to go on a hike in the forest. I like to go with my buddy.
Best original song.
This looks like amateur cosplay.
He should pull his trousers up higher.
Oh my god, they killed Pumbaa.
That's actually just his wife.
This looks like a weird interpretation of that Tucker and Dale versus Evil film.
It looks like an SNL skit.
Do you hear that, Dogmatics?
I thought it was Dogmatics.
How dare you?
That magic potion, where's the evidence that it's safe to use?
I hear that magic potion causes autism.
You've got 3 nipples and your foreskin is on backwards.
And plus, do we even need it, you know?
We could have had cheesy chips and the Stella by now.
Sorry, Asterix, I'm in a barney with trouble and strife. That's me up the apples and pears.
Fucking hell, I'm cream crackered.
True power is here and here.
Oh, Jesus fucking.
This'll take brains, not brawn.
The Romans, the greatest military force the world has ever seen. I guess it was him a bit.
Yeah.
Stop it!
This is more painful for me as a fan than it is for him.
Why does the potion affect his hat?
It's actually his antenna. These villagers are so primitive, I bet they still use plastic straws. All their names end in Ix.
And they're all puns. Cacofonix.
Fully automatics, the blacksmith.
Do they have a dominatrix?
Come and get Ix.
Bondage X.
I need to get my fix, the local crackhead.
This guy is literally called Get A Fix. You correctly guessed it, yeah.
Panacea. When I carved this menu, I was thinking of you, so I want you to have it.
It's really nice of you, but what would I do with it?
Should have used a bigger bow.
She sat down on that rocket, it disappeared.
Ooh, she tooted.
I feel like they could have got a fatter actor. I know that that's how he looks in the comics, but they've just stuffed his trousers.
You're wearing your toilet.
You say my fish is rotten?
Yes, because it smells like your wife.
Wagon and
He rode a blazing saddle.
Asterix is a...
I just came from China. I need your help with this.
It's actually got Shrek and Donkey in the back.
Are we there yet?
Now, this magnificent young woman, she's a princess. She's her bodyguard. Her name's Ka-Ra-Tay.
Have they been drugged?
They're just bored of France.
What the hell?
Is that feathering a cap, or do you have an erection?
Oh no, it's my knob!
It's the Chieftain's Shield from Asterix and the Chieftain's Shield.
Where's your Uncle Economic Crisis?
Economic crisis. The salesman. Get it, Pete? Get it?
No.
Let me introduce Princess Sarsi, the daughter of the Empress of China.
They wouldn't even call it China. They would call it whatever dynasty it is. China is a very modern word for it.
The Empress of...
Skegness.
Get a fix. How far's China?
China is located behind that fence.
At least 5
It'd take you
miles.
like a year to walk there.
To walk there, we wouldn't fucking survive.
The troubles began on Princess Sarsi's birthday.
The Troubles, oh dear. It's a very different part of history. The Asterix interpretation of the Troubles.
I'm 20 now and I've never been out of this palace. I yearn to travel to Gaul.
What I really yearn for is a game of Gwent.
I want to go to Buckner.
We have spoken about this. The answer is no.
Then maybe I don't want to be a princess anymore.
Oh, have you given any thought to my proposal of marriage?
Yes, the princess and I discussed it.
And?
We're getting married.
Got to keep the bloodline pure.
You've got small pee-pee.
Yeah.
We should arrange marriage by the largest pee-pee.
Look, we are in China. The Chinese love all things Gaul, therefore we are Gauls. It can't be any clearer.
Is this Rush Hour 4?
Is that funny to you? Is that funny?
Their hair's putting me off my melon.
This is all a terrible mistake, Princess.
The film? Yeah, I agree. Let's try the Lindy's book.
Oh, hell yeah.
A chapter, My First Wank. It changed everything. Maybe everybody's first wank was important to them in some way.
I've got a big egg cup.
My eyes are more like a round, and you guys are like a...
Jesus fucking Christ, how did this get out?
Because it's French. Political correctness.
Qu'est-ce que c'est que ça?
The French invented xenophobia, and that's why they're such a backwards country.
Hey, Empress! Come on with your hands up!
Ka-Ra-Tay, I entrust you my daughter. Save her. Mother, no, you have to escape too. The Empress does not flee.
Be honest, the reason you're not enjoying this film is because they're all foreigners.
Absolutely.
Keep your eyes on the princess. Imagine if you saved the Princess of China.
Keep your eyes on the princess, mate. She's got
They claim you're not Emperor material, and also you've got an itty-bitty little... Don't you dare. I meant army. Oh, you have a small army.
Men are obsessed with their army size.
I need to go to safety. I'll go to fucking France.
So that I can go to this village that is constantly under attack.
Yeah.
No, and no. Out of the question. I've got a bad feeling. China's far away, we've never been there, nor have our forefathers.
I'm back with Danny Dyer's hardest goals.
Well, I could go. I wouldn't mind going. I'm free at the moment.
Hey, you two. Who's on the chair here?
40 love.
The Chinese Empire, not the Chinese Umpire.
Okay, go ahead, go on.
Thank you.
What the fuck was that?
He was summoning the dead.
Oh, I forgot that's Geriatrix's catchphrase.
Thank you.
Every girl's crazy about a sharp-dressed ghoul.
What is wrong with you people?
Don't take the dog with you. It will get eaten.
Uh-oh, hot dog!
True to Kaiser.
And for whom would you leave the great Caesar?
Tabascus.
I'm gonna slice off his nipples and call him Paparoni.
Speak sly as foxes.
May I introduce Scar-Dee-Kat, the ambassador of Prince Deng-Tsin-Qin?
What's his fucking name?
I mean, that is on par with the actual comics.
Led by their chief, my kingdom foreignos. I say, mechanics, jolly good to see you, said Anticlimax. And I see you've got over-optimistics with you, what? Odious Asparagus was paying a call on Centurion army surplus.
Caesar, I have come here to offer you the great riches of my adopted homeland in exchange for modest military aid.
But I've had it with conquering.
Julius Caesar, famous for saying,
I'm actually good.
I'm going to call it a day.
Is that a Citroen 2CV?
Welcome to Scrap Heap Challenge.
How many pieces of Herbie Fully Loaded do you have to change before it's no longer Herbie Fully Loaded?
8.
I've prepared you some magic potion.
You sampled it.
I took a sip, a tiny sip.
Why would he be bothered about him sampling it?
You may have cooties.
Hang on tight, you lot.
They're replacing the horses, which took them here, with a guy.
Obelix is like unable to be tired.
Oh yeah, Obelix is super strong all the time.
After rowing across the Mediterranean, thanks to Obelix,
How did he run them across the sea?
It just said that they rowed. There was a boat.
Yeah.
We saw it as well.
Sorry, someone just hit me over the head with one of those big mallets.
So hang on, they just came all the way to Gaul and got 2 of them. Their backup is 2 people.
No.
Oh, God.
Don't like that.
Enjoying the view? You want some barley bit? You want a chair?
Coming right up. Nothing's coming right up.
There will be no coming.
I'd rather we were watching a film where they don't spy on women. Was that ever an option?
Every film has it.
Fast and Furious, second one.
It's for one and only film.
This is the same mistake they made with the last film, is they just make Asterix a complete arse.
Is he famously a feminist?
Women should just be thankful they're allowed in the movie, you know?
Can I, Mr. Vegetables? Oh, I love those vegetables, yummy.
That's enough!
He started it, he did.
It was fucking one of yours.
Who drank the special potion?
Disgusting!
How are you feeling? Did you have a good trip?
I like that guy, he was nice.
See any good stonings recently?
Take this flaming torch to Athens.
We have 2 lives. The second one begins when we realize we have only one.
She got that out of a fortune cookie.
That's so good. We have 2 lives, and it's finished when you... And your second one begins when the...
Now hold on, I don't think you understand.
I, a man from Gaul, can explain this better to you, who's just said it.
They have climbed across the risk map.
Join the army, they said.
Join the army, they said.
Back in my day, we had to invade Russia.
Almighty Caesar, Karaoke, your chief dancer, requests a hearing.
Someone doing sign language in the background.
He is doing sign language.
Why?
We just received our new costumes. And can you guess what? Shorter than ever. It's all about the men around here, right? Gladiators. All men.
Is she volunteering to be a gladiator slave?
You want inclusivity? We'll throw you to the lions.
The city of Clysma, small Egyptian harbour, later to be known as Suez.
This looks like a really good place to park some shipping containers.
For years, I thought the Suez Canal was the sewage canal, and I was like, why would we build that? That sounds awful.
I think you're thinking of the Thames.
En avoir un dans la peau, c'est le pire des mots, mais c'est connaître l'amour.
No, je regrette rien, except watching this film.
Elle a dans la peau.
Wow! Wow, bravo!
I was worried for a moment that was going to be a full-on musical number.
Oh, my old man, did I smell...
Oh, this is good.
Bring out the lobster.
Used to run a small cabaret in Lutetia. Turned a good profit. Packed every night. I fell for the wrong sort of guy.
Mrs. Brown's Ghouls.
Can I feel your beard?
No, I don't.
I'll bugger you then.
These cups are insulated, which helps keep the drinks nice and cold.
Get that man at Gaviscon, quick. Who put Viagra in my special potion?
He's got Super Saiyan.
I was going to say he's got Supersonic.
I am actually going to come.
Are you going to fucking fix that, man?
You need not worry, Princess. I will free your mother, trust me. I am here for you.
Excuse me, if I may, we are here for you.
I think it's important to fight over women.
They have to be objectified to make it interesting.
Love, light, and stalking.
Love, light, and oh, so you see, when he was a kid, he fell into a cauldron. Now he doesn't need potion anymore.
Hello, little pirates!
I'll show you how we rumble in my country.
Did you say country or country?
Hey, she's got fucking anti-gravity-shoes.
This is very Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
Hidden ballsack.
Having a woman with the capacity to actually achieve something doesn't make up for the rest of their behaviour towards the women.
Crouching Tiger, hidden respect for women in the script.
Joke's on you, I want women to beat me up.
Let's get down to business.
He wants the very powerful woman to spank him.
Get in my belly.
Listen, I've beaten up some people in my time, but you beat him up in a way I'll never see before. Ooh, backstory.
Flashback, yeah.
Oh, we're going to see the thing that they've referenced literally 100 times.
Good lord, what's going on in there?
Whoa, that made me really horny.
There's no way he's just going to fall in from that.
I mean, he's so bottom heavy, you think he wouldn't be able to actually fall.
Let me just put my face into this boiling hot liquid. How Obelix really got his third-degree burns.
Is he Hitch? From the film Hitch.
This film is an emotional film. That emotion is horny.
I'm grateful that I know this film will end.
We follow the precepts of Sun Tzu, the great Chinese strategist. He wrote The Art of War, you know.
Fart of war, more like.
That was a good one. He fucking roasted them.
Gallopers!
Wow, okay.
It's been done.
AVG, AVG, AVG.
Renew subscription, antivirus. I think if they just said, you know what, Zlatan Ibrahimović, do you want to just beat up some Romans? He'd go, oh, I'd do that anyway.
They've just conquered the whole of China in a freaking montage.
You wanted antivirus? I gave you antivirus.
I want to kick a football now.
Get skewered.
It's fucking speed, isn't it? Oh, God, fucking hell, I think I killed it off.
You seem a bit cuckoo yourself, don't you?
No, I'm a Deng. Of the Deng-Bat clan.
You could still be dangerous, couldn't you?
I'm just hearing word salad at this point.
You wouldn't be thinking about a cesarean section to cut me out of my end of the spoils.
Never even crossed my mind.
Really?
Through the streets of Chinatown.
You will find happiness with a new love. So with the dog, that's a Westie, West Highland Terrier, and they have shaved it weirdly and dyed his ears black.
It's the worst color there is.
Have any of you guys ever done acupuncture?
No.
No,
This
it
is a
looks
thing-
like my worst nightmare.
I once watched a documentary called 100 Ways to Die, and one of them was a woman rolled off the table while getting acupuncture. And she was reaching for something, slipped, and impaled herself many, many times and died from it.
Oh god, stop.
Poor Obelix, who's been deprived of magic potion. Ooh, you are so foul!
Do you know, I don't think that they're finding the acupuncture very relaxing.
He's also really not that fat.
People of China, the former Empress will be publicly executed.
People of China, and there's like 20 people in this. I think square is too strong a word.
I'll be right back.
Don't mind me, just a speed wank before battle.
They used up the animation budget in the last one. They can't show it again.
That guy could have actually sliced through Obelix, because he's just very strong, but he's not
Indestructible.
What the hell happened to that guy?
This film was playing on TV, so he jumped out of his flat.
Oh, it's just like, anyway, he killed himself and ended up in the film. That's the worst hell of all. That actually was an okay bit. Didn't make me laugh, but I'm not like against it.
It must be the first of the month.
New Billboard Day.
Join the circus.
You can't eat that.
You Romans have stood in my way long enough. I'm going to clown college.
Queen of Egypt. Queen of Dufferland.
Peter just checked how much of the film is left and looks visibly distressed.
A bunny.
Let's eat it!
Is that a raccoon?
Raccoons are from North America, so that's impressive.
What is happening?
Bruh.
That was subtle. That was very subtle.
When you want to get a pigeon, you get a goat instead.
You are swift as the cobra.
Yeah, that's me.
Could we please move on to more important things?
Like the credits.
Deng-Tsin-Qin is spreading terror throughout the country.
Unfortunately, John, knowing me, knowing you, couldn't make it.
Barry Waterloo is stuck in traffic.
Princess Sarsi. Seen her? The two foreign warriors.
Just smashes the thing into his face.
Take a read of this movie's tagline.
I need a piss.
It's time to
Piss.
In that moment there, Peter pulled the headphone out and it was the best part of the film so far.
We must go. Jump and they'll catch you at the bottom.
What? Jump, are you bonkers?
I'm interested in what French word they translated to bonkers.
I would like there to be some kind of crossover of the film Snatch. You're a ruthless cunt, Obelix, but I got no time for gratis. Feed him to the pigs.
We lost them.
Yeah, you've lost me as well.
You take musicians wherever you go.
Yeah. I play all my favourite tunes on the move.
Is it going to be called like Walkmanus?
iPodius.
Beats by Dre-us.
Amore.
Hey, what's that for?
I thought you were my wife.
The drink that makes you gay.
I'm feeling like the new Emperor of China. Tomorrow at dawn, the cuckoo's clocks will be wound.
You do actually have to pass that information on to your army. You can't just wake up at 6 a.m. All right, everybody's going to war. They're like, well, what's going on? I've got to take the tent down. We've got to get the passports ready. There's a toll booth. I've got to get my loose change.
Can you prove you are the Princess of China?
Show him the coin.
I got it from Cortez.
Will this Alf Pog prove?
The princess is back in Pog form.
Poggers!
Prince Cuckoo!
Does Obelix have a fear of bamboo or something?
I fear no man, but that thing, it scares me.
Inside you are two wolves. One is playing Lionel Richie. The other is also playing Lionel Richie.
Ha! Gay!
All those months of effort.
The other men in this film are just gobsmacked by the fact that the woman got to choose.
It must be so nice to date a man of long hair because you just put it in his fucking mouth.
Sorry, hairball.
But I spied on you while you were bathing. Does that mean nothing to you?
This is the longest film of all time.
I've come with 80,000 men here!
Most of them look pretty CGI'd though, so I don't know if it counts.
They're not really prepared for a siege, to be honest.
I don't see a single trebuchet.
Does that dog also drink the potion?
Yeah, it's happened once.
Why are they not inside their walls? They're just standing outside their walls. That makes the walls useless. That's their only defense, is the walls.
Stop saying
walls
in there.
Why be talking when you can be running?
Damn it, kick some balls!
Oh, I can so relate to this.
They must have pitched that to him like, we have the funniest scene of all time. And he was like, you'll have to do it in 10 minutes because I'm not fucking sticking around with that.
In a video, we should get me to sub out for different women and have Sam not notice. Oh, now she's really horny too.
But for power of horn.
I'm uncomfortable with the fact that the dog is in front of everyone.
Does that character turn up in the comics?
No.
Yeah, I'm glad. I fucking hate it. I don't really think the Romans were famous just for charging in. I mean, they had a strategy typically.
They just charge in and do stuff quickly. That's how Rome was built in a day.
Archers!
They're gonna kill their own men. Earlier on, he was like, I don't need the potion, and then he did need the potion, and now he's going to have to learn to make do without the potion.
If he just learnt Kung Fu, he'd be fine.
That was the scream from TF2, the soldier.
This is such a good piece of music, it's such a fucking dog shit.
Yeah.
It's the Rohirrim!
Hey, this happens in Monty Python Holy Grail.
The gendarmes show up to arrest them all.
You will leave my empire forthwith, I order you.
How many of you are there?
1 million. Screw you guys!
I'm returning to Rome.
Where the fuck was everyone else earlier on when they just let China fall?
Also, I like how she's celebrating victory before the Romans retreat.
The terms of the agreement were not, do not kill those 4 people. They were just, Caesar, leave. We're friends now for some reason.
They didn't even really help.
Well, Asterix and Obelix?
Yeah, they didn't really do very much. They definitely didn't win the fucking battle.
Hey, watch your mouth. They were there.
Patty cake, baker's back!
Cacofonix was never free, and it was a better world for all.
Obelix got a collar on.
He's got a bow tie on. He's trying to look like smart.
The sum of the square roots of any two sides of an isosceles triangle is equal to the square root of the remaining side.
Oh, now Panacea is jealous.
I was just wondering if you wanted to hang out with me and smoke weed and fill our bellies with diet soda and play Burnout Revenge for the PS2.
You slag!
Does he always have super strength? Do you think he might just destroy her?
They were shoving each other. Obelix could just, by tapping her, would break her arm. Unintentionally.
After their first date, she has injuries only seen in some quite fatal car crashes.
The lesson that was learned here was when your best friend falls in love, just eat all of his food.
Hups-a-daisy.
And watch him murder her in front of everyone.
Holy shit.
No, she left orbit.
Now, this is the first point where I have a problem with this film.
So much time passed, it got dark by the time she came back down.
Yeah, it's been 2 days. They had to do the Martian thing to get her back.
It was a good party. She didn't feel like staying? Well, she wanted to, of course, but she's got work in China, big responsibilities in the palace, sort of thing.
Come on, we've got to paint some doors.
I mean, I'm glad they didn't, but why didn't they have the scene of them saying goodbye? We'll just talk about it afterwards.
That's just as good.
He couldn't just go to China. They had to just leave him sad and single. They won't want to change anything for these beloved characters.
Oh, mate.
Just fuck already.
This is such a Merry and Pippin moment.
Now, Merry and Pippin are way more useful for the plot.
Oh, happy day.
But there might be a post-credit sequence.
Nope. Gee.
That was terrible.
Yeah, the actor playing Asterix is the director and co-writer of this film.
He wrote, directed, and starred in a film where he's a cool character.
The characters in this are not a good representation of how they are in the comics. But Obelix's stupidity is also something that's not used for laughs at all, as a gimmick of the character. He's just bickering with Asterix all the time.
My favourite part of that film was when I read Limmy's book instead.
The previous one was really bad. It's like the maker of this film just saw the previous film, and he thought, okay, that's the character.
C'est que même quand tu es là, je me sens seul. Je me sens seul intellectuellement.
He's a complete twat.
Je pense qu'elle est ridicule. Ridicule et grotesque.
Asterix goes on a cucking world tour.
Asterix goes to Carlisle and gets cut.
Cucko clock.
Oh, it's time to get cut.
And the new guy in the village, Bullocks.
It is weird that they keep wanting to make these live-action films, because the characters by design are very cartoonish. It would have helped the aesthetic, maybe, of the film, or the look of the film if they'd been animated, but Asterix is impossibly short, Obelix is impossibly fat.
They didn't even look like the real-life versions of those characters.
In the very first film, the first live-action adaptation, all the costumes looked more realistic, as if they would be in the actual time period. There was a blend of reality and cartoonishness, and that film is 100 times better.
They've tried to make their costumes like it's a costume of someone dressed up as the cartoon, but actually they didn't look like the characters themselves.
The whole subplot with Caesar and Cleopatra, that was unnecessary. It doesn't add anything but minutes to the film.
There's too much cucking in one movie for me.
Every single woman in this was just there for one of the men to be pining for and cucking.
Women exist and men.
Asterix, more like misogynics.
I've seen much worse dubs than that.
Big Green dead? You don't scare me!
Some of the jokes were right. Some of the puns did come across quite well.
I should have listened to Mummy. That's my cousin. Remix.
I get it!
Laurie, every time someone says China, replace it with Donald Trump's China. China!
I love China. China!
Sure. I will definitely do that.
China.
I can only speak for myself.
I found it more tolerable than Gods of Egypt, though.
I actually found this harder to watch than Gods of Egypt.
Me too.
There's no bit where they just went, oh, at a woman's breast.
I don't fucking know, well, may as well.
George, you're like, actually, this isn't sexist because they didn't make the honk noise.
I did not say this film is not sexist.
He said it's not sexist enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, I give it 1 out of 10. I respect you as a woman and as a friend.
Jesus Christ.
I'll give it 2 staring at women from a hedge out of 5. We need to have a disciplinary meeting.
I'll give it 10 sexual harassment out of 5 awoogas.
He gets his hands and he goes like that.
I'll give it 3 roided up ghouls out of 1 million Chinese soldiers.
1 gift-wrapped Menia out of 10 copies of the stop-animated Tintin, the Crab with the Golden Claws.
To prove that we're not just xenophobic, would you guys like to mention things that you like about France?
Ooh la la. Asterix. Until 2 hours ago, Asterix.
Tintin.
How dare you? Chocolatine.
Le Hen, great film.
Untouchable.
Intouchables.
Anatomy of a Fool. Portrait of a Lady on Fire.
My portrait's on fire.
My awooga's on fire.
Oh.
Asterix, more like arse turd dicks.
That was fucking terrible.